Hello, it's Nick Floyd. Welcome back to this. We're outside today because it's so lovely and warm. Oh, I'm in nature and I hear nature. I hear bees. Today we're talking about twinks. And I know people are going to be like, well, bitch, tell us about your religion. Tell us about what you know best, because that's all you are to me. But I am sad to say, lost every the award show that just went on, like the whatever the fuck, lost every award that I got or nominated for. I could say it's such a pleasure to be nominated. To be there and to be recognized. I don't want to say it's all rigged, but I don't know. Okay, I'm just saying. But one of those categories was twink, and I did lose the twink category. So I don't know if I'm that qualified to talk about it anymore, because I think I've just aged out. I hit the ripe age of, I'm not gonna say that joke. That's inappropriate. There was like 7 bees near my head. So this is just more off the top of my head. Try to dress as twinky as possible. Croppy shirt, the look. It's Brandy Melville, secondhand thrifted, not from the source. So I think it's okay. The fuck was I gonna say? I'm just gonna say, it's not nice to generalize people into categories. I think it's dangerous. Limits their capabilities. But today we will be categorizing different types of twinks and just talking about the special breed of human in general that is a twink. Let's get into it. Just to talk about the general term, some people I've talked about really don't like being called a twink, because some people use it as an insult, like, you're just a f***ing twink. Twinks get everything. And you know what? Not this time. This week lost. I don't really mind being called a twink anymore, because I'm gaining some muscle and it's becoming like twunk vibes. I'm not gonna say era, because I think that's a lame term nowadays. My era? I'm like, just live it. So calling it a f***ing era. The more and more I grow older, since being in the gay world, I guess, the versions of twinks and like what they represent and do for the community, I've noticed a lot of different types of people. Obviously, people come from different backgrounds and they have different ways their brain works and styles of how they want to be perceived. The majority in LA and, in some of the industry I'm in, ditzy twink. Femme twink, not really. Femme twinks can be like smart, sophisticated, and like fierce. But there's a certain type of twink where it's like, didn't you know my sugar daddy contacted you? Let's go on the yacht and travel the world. What do you mean you don't do K? Like that kind of vibe. And I'm just, get away. I'm just gonna have to live with the bees and the spiders. Okay, it's fine. There is also like demon twink, which I've talked about on this channel before. The more party, club going, chaotic, destruction causing individual that only looks for drugs and a good time and a beat. Do I consider myself to be that? No, because I don't drink or do drugs at all. I'm super sober. I don't party that much anymore. I only go to like house parties, or I love to be alone. I love my alone time. I love isolation. More I like the fashion twink kind of gay. More of like the weirdo. Ew. I feel things crawling on my body. The loner kind of twink gay, which is like, I don't like hang out with a lot of people. Like nowadays, my brother is becoming my best friend, and that's really, he lives like an hour and a half away from me and has a kid and a wife, and he's still like the person I talk to the most on the phone. I was gonna interview people in the place I am right now. I don't wanna use my coordinate, give away my location. I was gonna interview like moms and dads of this Republican town and be like, do you know what a twink is? What would you consider a demon twink to be, and why? But like, I need a microphone for that, and like more confidence, because these fucking dads are brutal. What do you mean? You're just some skinny little fella. I don't want that vibe. I don't want to be talked to like that. I like talking to open-minded individuals. So twink is also a category of life, I think, in age you can be. There's like twink death. I don't really know when twink death is. I can look it up. Future me, look it up and put it here. What age is twink death? Lovely. So it's kind of like only time in life. You can't be like a twink at 5. That's just a baby. Everyone's a baby. I mean, that's a toddler, kid. And you can't be like a twink at 55, because that's like just not what people have labeled it to be. I don't know. If you want to be a twink at 55, be it, girl. Be that 55-year-old twink. But that's what I was going to talk about. I've been in circles where the person wants to be a twink at that age, and they like take testosterone blockers and estrogen to try to like mimic a like girlish, youthful, twinky look, but like at an older age. But I heard it, and then they're not transgender. They're not like trying to be a woman. They're just trying to get that like feminine look still, you know, just off. Either they're just, ew, the bees are back. They're just doing testosterone blockers and no other hormones to like interact, or it's just like they're fucking with their system because they're rich and they can just do it in LA, and it's just an interesting vibe. Would you like to comment on that, Bee? Did you hear that? You know, I don't really want to be like a muscular twunk to like daddy vibe right now, because I'm sorry to shock you all if you didn't know already. I'm like 5'8". I'm not the tallest girl in school. Wish I was sometimes. Like that, like the fashion game. I mean, anyone can wear fashion any height, but like for me personally, I would love to be like super long limbed creature. But I've heard also people in the industry be like, I wish I was some short little cute person. And you know what? We all want what we can't have, right? So what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. If I, at the height of 5'8", become like all these roided out muscle daddies, I'm gonna look like, you know, like the look. I don't want that look. That makes me feel uncomfortable, and I don't want that for me. I'm not trying to stay like skinny twink forever, but I am 23, and I don't think I'm dead yet, but I'm sure I'm like, when I was 18, like on Grindr and seeing those profiles of like 18 to 20 years only, and it's like some 60-year-old fart wanting this child in their bed. Let's not be like, well, I need to be in the child range of these people that they want children. Let me just find the person that wants me, not striving to be the person that this person wants. Does that make even sense? And you know, to bring it around to the beginning of like being proud or ashamed of the word twink being called at me, I've grown to love it, because I mean, I was gonna say, bitch, I got nominated for being the best twink, but lost that category, so I can't really I'm not the best in any way. The bee's back. I'm not the best in any way, like, you know, twink vibes. I don't do the most twink activities, but I like it. It's like a cute term. But yeah, I know there's some big supporters, and I met some people that just love the twink energy. Like their whole brand is interacting with the twinks, loving them. They love the community. They want them to thrive. So meeting those kind of people that just like embrace the out of the aesthetic made me feel a bit more confident. But at the same time, I was like, bitch, what if I age out though? Not my type anymore. You know, I have some twink friends I could ask their opinion on, like, how do you feel about the word twink? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? I'm not a daddy. I don't have that mindset. I was gonna do a video about cheating, and it was either between twinks or cheating, and within like 5 minutes, the majority, like 78% of the people voted for twinks. So that's what they wanted, and that's what they're gonna get. You got me here talking about twinks in a Republican town, and I'm not saying a bad thing about them, except maybe some things. Most, I think, twinks in the world live a normal life and have normal personalities, and they're beautiful people. But the people in LA are just a special breed, and the personalities there that generate that kind of like, what are you doing kind of energy. I don't know, girl. It irks me. You know, there is also like the opposite end of that spectrum. Goth, stoner twinks. That's also a vibe. And when they go for like evil, witchy kind of twink, like elf twink, mythical twink, there can be endless categories, you know, if you want to put a label on it. I mean, I'm more in the mindset of like, let's all just live the experience of life without having to like push ourselves into a box, because I feel like we're all changing and growing and aging. So it's not like we're gonna be stuck to something forever. So I feel like once you tell someone you are something, they're like, well, you are that forever now, right? And it's like, well, maybe I'm something different the next day. We're all rotting and living at the same time, and it's beautiful. Oh my God, I did a photo shoot recently. Very twink elf in the forest vibes. I think I could show some pictures if they're like censored a little bit because they're all nude, but like my body's blocking you get it. Here's some of the images by this amazing photographer. Girl, he is fantastic. Oh yeah, I was like naked and it was like 60 degrees and I was laying in this grassy field and he was like pouring water on me. I was like white fingers, like here's the picture. Kind of disgusting. The spiders were everywhere in this grassy field and they were just like crawling all over me. Like I was covered in spiders, but the photos we got, I looked like American Psycho, had a twink little son, and he was just living in the woods naked as like a vampire elf. And I want that to be my reality, but I know I'm not mythical like that. Bitch, I'm wearing brainy veils, I'm not that enchanted. I'm kind of basic right now, which is okay, you know? It's okay to be basic sometimes and like live a simpler aesthetic. Because then when you go really hardcore and you're out in the club and you're like, bitch, I sewed everything here, and you're like this goth vampire twink fantasy, they will be shocked. But if you give them it every day, well, there's no problem with that either. It just becomes mundane. Nature is like trying to shut me from talking about twinks. I can be mad. I don't give a fuck. They like sting me in my eyes. My general consensus of like the twink energy and vibe. I love twinks. I am a twink, I think. Twunk. I really hate that word kind of even more though, because it sounds pretentious. Like, you know, I'm more muscular, so I'm like above you. Like no one's above anyone. You know, let's just put that out there too. If you're a twunk, if you're a daddy, if you're an otter, a giraffe, there's no like a hierarchy of like, well, when you're a twink, you're like evolving, you're getting better. When you're a daddy, you're like, you own the realm above the twinks and they're the peasants. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Age does not come with wisdom. You can choose to gain wisdom by living life and learning the lessons and keeping those lessons with you, or you can like be old as fuck and like jaded and immature. I've dated a few of these older gentlemen, or you can be younger and mature for your age, but that sounds gross. I'm not gonna say that word. That sounds like predatory. He's mature for his age. I didn't ask. Had a few boyfriends tell me that before too. Not like they were younger. I'm like, I was a younger one, to be clear. So that's just my opinions on twinks. I don't hate or love them. I'm just living life. But when I see one I don't like, I beat them up. I'm not kidding. I like it when people call straight guys twinks. That's really funny. You know, if Lana Del Rey, can I too? This bee is testing my nerves. Anyways, maybe one day I will have a twink husband and he will be my companion. Or maybe I will just age into liking my own age. Or maybe I will always be into daddies. We're always changing. See you guys later. Hope you liked me enjoying me talking about the twinks and the vibe. The vibe is somewhat okay. See you next time. Bye. This is the full outfit too.